Hello everyone, this is the love video for the horoscope Gemini for the month of December and also whatever is left of the month of November as well. Before anything, I would like to thank you for being here, watching my videos, for supporting me, leaving me your comments and likes, and I'll be explaining here the decks that I will be utilizing for this reading. I have my regular deck, the Lenormand cards, the Energy Oracle, and then lastly, I have this new Oracle, which is called Whispers of Love. And the purpose of this deck is to give you a piece of advice in order to attract love into our lives. So this deck, I will select a card at the end for everyone who is Gemini. Okay, so I'm going to start here, as always, explaining to those of you of which have never seen my videos. I shuffled my deck and 7 cards turn over in which I align, and then I interpret them as well as with the last card of the deck. I do that 3 times, and you can choose beforehand to mentally pick which line you want, so 1, 2, or 3, or you can wait until the end of the video and pick which line resonates more with your current reality. Okay, so we're going to see what we have for you. And also, Gemini, I would like to let you know that this video does apply to your ascendant and moon sign as well. And if you watch all videos, then I would highly recommend it because you will be able to get much more information. And the more we know, the better. Okay, so we have 4. We need 3 more. Gemini, we'll see what we have for you for this coming month. I hope that it's great things for you. Okay, let's see. We have 5, 6, 7, and a few extra here. Okay. Now I have all of the cards ready, and I have all of your attention. So I would like to let you know that I have a promotion starting on November 15th until December 15th. So to check it out, you just need to go to my website, ameliatarot.com, and there you can book your private reading. If you choose to, I would say check it out because it's an exclusive offer. Okay, so we'll get started here. The last card that we had here for you is the Knight of Pentacles, okay, in reverse here, and it tells me that the effort that you're putting in is not bearing the fruits that you wanted, and we'll see why here. This tells me that you are losing your patience a little bit with someone, apparently, who I see could be from Aries, first of all, because the Emperor is Aries, or someone who is extremely disorganized in their life. Not only in their life, but the reflection of what this person does falls on you. And so there are moments in which you say, I no longer want this. I am tired of fighting and dealing with all of this, and I want to advance in my life. Now, what's happening here? When you try to have this conversation with this person, you start arguing because this person says it's you, because you do this or you don't do that, or say it this way, etc., etc., etc. You can add all of the etceteras and let me know in the comments, but really you're going to start to think, what is it that I'm doing here? Why am I with this person? We don't understand each other. We don't get along. We don't agree on anything. And here this tells me that you decide that this needs to reach its end. Another reading, I had a very similar situation, and I believe that it was actually talking about Gemini. I'm not sure which one it was, but if you have an ascendant or a moon sign, you may watch the video and see if it coincides, because it was almost the same here. It's almost when 2 people realize here that there's no sense in living together, being together, because instead of creating something positive, you're hurting each other. So after all of this here, I see that someone arrives into your life. This is almost the second stage of this. It could be that many of you may have already lived this situation, and now you are dealing with someone who would be, I would say, almost a friend. That's how this story starts. You know, you are dealing with someone, it's cordial, but you're still not ready to say anything to them, and they have not said anything to you. But it's really about reading between the lines. You know that you're dealing on a friendly basis, but everyone realizes when someone has a more intentions than they may vocalize. The cards are telling me here that you perceive it and you realize what's going on, but you have your doubts. And you have doubts because this person, you've known them for a very long time. I feel that the cycle between you two has never completed itself. And so you're saying, I don't want him or her to feel that I'm searching for them because I've ended my relationship to forget about your previous relationship, or a rebound as it's called. And the other person, if they're the one coming to you, it's really in the same situation. They're thinking, should I tell them or should I keep it quiet? But this, what I would say here is love always triumphs. Love triumphs above all. Here we have two love cards, and the two best cards that exist to me, in my opinion, especially in this order here. It started as a relationship that was a friendship and love together, and it was evolving with two people who are almost soulmates. So, as I've said, love always triumphs. When two people truly love each other, you cannot keep this hidden. And so, I think that if you're fearful of expressing yourself, to get rid of that fear. This is someone who you may have known for a very long time, just say in a place maybe where there's a lot of people, could have been maybe a concert, that's one possibility, a park even, or a very specific party. So I see a place here where they're singing and dancing. A place where there's a lot of people and you're having a very good time. Could be indoors or outdoors. But I definitely feel here that you met each other in this way. It could also be that you've known each other for 20 years and only just now you've decided that you want to have a stable relationship, or maybe you were 20 years old when you met this person. I want to know more about this to be able to tell you a little bit more information. Let's see another card here. Yeah. This relationship between both of you went around many, many times. That's why this card is present here of the carousel. This was not the first time in which you thought of having a relationship with this person, but apparently this will be the last one, because here, yes, there will be a stability formed with him or her. Here, this card talks to me about a labyrinth, which is difficult to resolve, but at the same time, I would tell you that ultimately you will triumph here. Here I'm seeing clearly that someone here is the one leaving two people behind. And it could also be vice versa here. But you really arrive at the center here. That's what I'm sensing. For the years, I'm feeling 1973, 1943. I'm feeling 1934. Someone who may be a little bit older there. Someone who was born on the 1st of December. Yeah. And the letters that I'm seeing here, let me see what I can tell you. I see the letter J, the G, and M. Those are the three letters that I'm seeing. So we'll take a look here, what the energy oracle has to tell us about this situation. Will this work? But obviously here, I see that you need to get off of this carousel here. If not, this relationship will keep going around and around. I do also feel here that you will need to speak to this person and express to them what you truly feel. I feel that there are some secrets or certain things that you didn't want to say, maybe out of embarrassment or fear that this person may not react in the right way. But the best is to just say the truth here. Okay, here we have people who are 51 years old. Or were born in 1951. I feel here the healer of time. For those of you that are religious, you know, here, this is who will help you get out of this dilemma or to heal, to be able to get out of this situation. Those of you who are spiritual, here, they are giving you the energy. It's the same concept here for any religion, really, for any belief. You need to ask to be able to heal and recuperate yourself and be able to receive this new relationship with open arms. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second line Gemini. The first one was very beautiful here, so we'll see what happens in the second one. Okay, the cards are similar to the first line, if you've noticed. A lot of similarities. No, a few differences here at the end. Okay, here, Gemini, what I'm seeing is that the cards are telling me that you're not feeling very happy or the situation that you're currently in. There's someone here that really is bringing you good news and tells you how they feel. And I'm seeing that you are starting to fall in love with this person. This is really a silent type of love. Here you think, what I'm seeing here is you're thinking, should I tell them? Will our friendship end? Will it be positive for me to express how I feel, or is it best for me to keep quiet? I see here that you've been feeling this way for a long time, but you've preferred to keep quiet. It could even be here someone with the same element as you, air, and may even be someone who is a Gemini as well. I'm seeing here that you're making a decision, and it could even be that this person may be in a relationship. I feel that you're going to have a very important conversation with this person, and you're going to tell them, look, this is what I'm going through. I'm not sure if it's prudent for us to continue seeing each other because I feel this way. If this person is not with anyone, it is better, obviously, and it's logical. But it could be here because I see the three people involved, that he or she is already with someone, or maybe you're with someone, and you're going to speak with them and express to them how you feel. Supposedly, I'm seeing here that the end is really not the best here, and I'm telling you here because the cards are saying that there will be no result here, and what could happen is that this person may even distance themselves from you because they don't have feelings that are reciprocated. If someone is going through this and is a Gemini, I would say it's best not to speak to them right now. It's best to conserve your friendship because I don't see that this person is going to feel the same. And the magnifying glass tells me that it's something that you need to examine very, very carefully. With a lot of tact here, because the number 8 talks to me about endings. And I think that if you express your feelings, you're going to scare them off. I believe here that there is, with this card, a little bit of confusion as well. Here this says a man holding a heart is someone who is very, very sensitive. You know, picture here someone here who always says things like, my dear, my love, you know, that type of person. I would say kind, caring, because this man is represented as someone who's that way, very tender and kind. And that way that they are started confusing you a little bit. And even if it was a woman, it's the same idea. They express themselves in a way that leads to confusion, but they don't do it with a bad intention. It's simply the way that they are. And so just be cautious about that, about confusing kindness with love. Okay, so it's important there. Okay, so let's move on here, Gemini, to the third line and the last one, and we'll see what we have for you. Well, in that second line here, and I apologize, I forgot to mention this, I sense the name Pedro. So it could be someone who is friends with someone maybe with that name. But that's what came to mind here. And I'm also seeing the year 1987. I apologize, I was shuffling the deck, but that was what I was seeing. So here, I'm not sure what's going on. My guides are telling me St. John? St. John's? Could be a city. Okay, so here, once again, I do want to remind all of you about the promotion that I'm having only until December 15th, and you just need to visit my website to book that private reading. So you can take advantage of that if you like. Okay, so let's continue on here. And this tells me with the Two of Swords that you are going to need to decide between two people, Gemini, this month. And I don't know if you really like to decide here. I don't think that you're going to have much of a choice. Here, this tells me that if you don't decide, what's going to happen is that each of you involved is going to go your own separate way. And you don't want that. You don't want to be left alone. And here, this tells me that you're going to need to end communication with one of these individuals. I think that here, without a doubt, there exists your lesson because you realized that speaking online sometimes, and look, this is what I'm seeing here. You have a relationship. This is what I feel. A relationship that is stable, someone that you get along with, all of that. But as social media is just at our fingertips, and it's right there, you decided this month to try, to see what would happen. You know, to see who you would connect with online. When you started using social media, you realized that there was a multitude of people there just chatting online and connecting each other, etc., etc. And you thought, you know, that looks like fun. But later on, you started to think, what would happen if my partner found out? And there you decided to end things. I don't know in this case, I don't feel that you want to mention this. Each of you knows your partner, and I can't give you advice on doing it or not, because each case is different. It could be that you may tell your partner, you know, I did this, and your partner may say, that's fine, it's not a problem, I've done it as well. Whereas there's other people who would be furious. There's people who would even end a relationship. So each of you knows how your relationship is. In some cases, this conversation will augment the trust that they have for you. And they will make you really, it's going to be about win a point, because they're going to think, if they were so honest in telling me, that's great. Now, if this person, you don't tell them and they find out, the result is that you will be alone. So be cautious here. Sometimes omitting something which is maybe very silly. If you only went on social media just to see how things are going, because we know that anyone can really investigate these things and they're made very public. So just keep that in mind here. My advice is to tell the truth. Knowing your partner, obviously, if they are not someone who is an extreme personality and may become furious of this. If there's someone who can hear you out and comprehend, if you didn't do anything, simply were chatting with people. Now, if you were already dealing with something specific or chatting with someone specific and went on dates, that's a different story here. But if you did nothing, then I think it's worth telling them. So let's see what the Lenormand cards have to tell us about this. Okay, so this is very clear here. You will really reap what you sow. This is a really old saying here, and it's known. If you're someone who is honest, the most probable thing here is that you will find honesty. It's not guaranteed, but generally it works in that way. Here, this tells me that really something is reaching its end, but it's not a bad end. This is the conclusion of something. It could be a desire that you had to experiment with something, and then you realize, yeah. Because here I see that, the fantasies ended here, because it wasn't what you expected. You may have thought that it might be more exciting, but then you realize that really wasn't, and you remove yourself from that. The letters I'm seeing is L, W, R, M, J, years. I'm seeing 31, 50, 52, and 54. That's what I feel here. And we're going to take a look here at the Energy Oracle, see what they have to say about this. Yeah. The card of the Thinking Man. Obviously here, this tells me that you did think about it. Look, there are 3 here. There are 3 crystals if you look closely. So this man, who is very intelligent here, they have the feathers on their hat, which symbolizes intelligence, education, is studying this and thinking, this is not worth it. It's not worth risking what I have for someone that I really don't know or know what's going to happen. So the number 1 here is a new beginning. This fantasy mentality has ended. You're going to tell your partner and everything will be okay. And if you are not with someone and you are in contact with 2 people online, you'll make the decision to meet someone in person instead. So you won't be fully convinced about going online or people not telling the truth, and you prefer to just meet other people a different way. Okay, so this is the last card we have from the Whispers of Love, which talks about a new love. Okay, so this card, what it says to you here is, embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. So I see here it could be people born in the year 1962 or people who are 26 years old. And what this card has to tell you is that everything has a season. Get ready, as someone special is now in your life. If you are in a relationship, there is a burst of new energy coming into this partnership. And that is the exact case, as I've said before. This that you've done, Gemini, don't look at it as something negative. You did it to experiment, but then realized that your partner is more valuable than what you saw anywhere else. So that's what this card is talking about, that there's going to be this new energy coming into the partnership. It's to appreciate more what we have when we see what's out there. That's really the case. This could also mean new energy in a place of employment or a great opportunity that is coming your way. So whichever case it may be, it's really excellent here. I also feel here trips in the near future. So you have very, very good energies that are coming your way. Sentimentally, employment, relationships. Congratulations, Gemini, on this month. It's great. And I'd like to let you know that if you would like to see my exclusive content, all you need to do is click the join button on the bottom right hand side of this video, and I will have additional videos out for the month. So Gemini, experiment a little bit here with joining my membership to get a little bit more information. Thank you so, so much, and I wish you all the best, Gemini. Thank you for watching my videos, commenting, sharing them, for writing to me. I do read all of them, and I really, really appreciate all of your support. Take care.